Buffalo Bill and the Surgeon Scouts, The Colonel's Last Stand by Colonel Prentice Ingraham. Chapter 1, The Shadow over Silver Sands. The valley of Silver Sands lay hushed beneath the weight of a legend. For months now, ranchers whispered of people disappearing into the canyon near the old Spanish hacienda, a place said to be cursed, haunted by spirits and guarded by an outlaw gang led by the mysterious El Moro. Every family had lost someone, a son, a daughter, a ranch hand, but the last name whispered in fear had shaken the entire frontier. Colonel Nathaniel Warren. When Buffalo Bill rode into the valley with 15 scouts, he came not as a showman but as a savior. Among his men rode a lesser-known but equally formidable figure, Dr. Frank Hale, surgeon turned scout. Hale was a tall man with a quiet fire in his eyes and a war bag filled with surgical tools slung next to his rifle. Some called him the Bleeding Blade. Others simply called him Doc. The mission was simple: infiltrate the canyon, find the colonel, and bring him home. But nothing in the West ever stayed simple for long. Chapter 2, Ghost Stories and Gunsmoke. On the first night, the scouts made camp just beyond the edge of the haunted canyon. The fire crackled low and the wind stirred the ashes with ghostly fingers. Doc Hale sat polishing the brass fittings of his surgical kit as the others told stories of what they'd heard. "They say El Moro can vanish in smoke," said Mustang Frank. "And that his gang wears bones around their necks to ward off bullets," added Blue Jacket. Buffalo Bill stayed quiet until Hale asked, "What do you believe, Bill?" The legendary scout looked up. "I believe men invent ghosts to excuse their own cowardice, but whatever haunts that canyon, we're riding straight into it." That night a scout vanished. No sound, no struggle, just gone. Hale found a smear of blood and a torn strip of fabric near the canyon rim. "Human," he said, "not animal. We're being hunted." Chapter 3, The Hidden Fortress. 2 days later they found the entrance to El Moro's hideout, a concealed trail behind a waterfall leading into a ravine. Buffalo Bill scouted ahead. Hale followed, keeping low, rifle ready. The ravine opened into a concealed valley walled in by cliffs. At its center stood a wooden stockade and several adobe structures. Armed men patrolled the grounds, but what chilled Hale wasn't the number of guards. It was the cries. Inside the stockade, people wept. Children, women, men. And one voice that rasped through the dusk, "You think he's dead, but he ain't." Hale crouched and scribbled in his notebook, "The Colonel was alive." Chapter 4, El Moro's Reign. El Moro had been a vaquero once, but greed and revenge had reshaped him into something else. He spoke 6 languages and killed in each. His gang followed him not out of loyalty, but fear. His throne, a saddle. His kingdom, the stolen souls of the Silver Sands Valley. Among his captives was a boy named Tomas, 10 years old, son of the local blacksmith. Tomas had a secret. He knew the canyon trails better than any outlaw, and when Hale snuck into the stockade posing as a captured drifter, Tomas found him first. "You're not one of them," the boy whispered. "You smell like herbs." "Good nose," Hale whispered back. "Can you get me to the colonel?" "He's sick," the boy said. "Real bad. They don't think he'll make it, but I can get you there, tonight." Chapter 5, Blood and Firelight. They moved beneath the moonlight, weaving through brush and shadows. Tomas led him to a crude hut guarded by one man. Hale threw a rock. When the guard turned, Tomas tripped him. Hale struck once with the butt of his revolver. Inside, the colonel lay shivering on a cot, wrapped in a horse blanket. His skin was gray, his lips blue. "Colonel Warren," Hale whispered, checking his pulse. The colonel opened one eye. "A ghost, with a doctor's bag." "No, sir, I'm very real, and I'm getting you out." But the wound was bad, a lung puncture, festering. Hale poured whiskey into the wound, bit a strip of leather, and began to operate by firelight. "You cut like a surgeon," the colonel hissed. "Because I am one. Now shut up and don't die." Chapter 6. Buffalo Bill's Gambit. While Hale worked, Buffalo Bill prepared the assault. They would strike at dawn. He positioned his sharpshooters across the cliffs, readied dynamite for distraction, and set up a decoy fire across the ridge. "We have one chance," he told Texas Jack. "We hit them hard, and Doc gets the colonel out." The night before the attack, Bill rode alone to the edge of the canyon and lit a cigar. "You better be ready, Doc," he whispered. "I'll be making thunder." Chapter 7. The Thunder at Dawn. The first explosion shattered the silence at sunrise. Flames erupted along the canyon wall as scouts opened fire from above. El Morro shouted commands, thinking they were under full attack. In the chaos, Hale carried the colonel with Tomas beside him. They raced through a supply trail toward the exit tunnel. An outlaw spotted them and raised his rifle. Tomas tackled him. Hale fired once. The man fell. The boy stood, shaking. "Good man," Hale said. "Now run." They reached the exit where Buffalo Bill was waiting, covered in soot and grinning. "Nice of you to join us," he said. Chapter 8. El Morro's Fall. The final standoff came 2 miles out. El Morro, bloodied and mad, held a hostage, Tomas. Behind him, 5 men. Behind Bill, every freed captive and scout. "Drop your guns or the boy dies," El Morro screamed. Hale stepped forward. "Then shoot me instead. He's just a child." El Morro blinked, confused. Then Bill shot the gun from his hand. The scouts swarmed. It was over in seconds. Chapter 9. A New Dawn in Silver Sands. Weeks later, as the valley recovered, Colonel Warren wrote Hale a letter of commendation. Buffalo Bill gave him a new nickname, the Surgeon Who Rides. Hale only smiled. "I'm no hero," he said. "I'm just a man who came when called." "Maybe," Bill replied, "but it's men like that who make history." As they rode away, Tomas waved goodbye. The canyon was silent now. The ghosts had gone.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts below.